You are live. I love how it announces it for you. Is it live for you as well?
Yes.
So good morning. Welcome to Gran Canaria Regional's interview blog section. We're hoping to bring you some interviews with some local residents to give you a little bit of insider knowledge. So my name is Nikki Hobson and I'm originally from Yorkshire in the UK, and I've lived on the island for 18 years now. My other half is from Naples in Italy, and we've got two kids, and they're 18 and 15. And when we first came to the island, I didn't actually really like it very much. It took me a little while to get settled in. But as soon as we got a car and we started exploring the island, I realised that it's got so much to offer. And I fell in love with the island, and it's now my home. So we want to share some information with you. I'd like to introduce you to Katrina Grihault. We've been friends, I think, now for 13 years, I'm counting. I think I met you on March the 8th, 2000 and something, 13 years ago. It was actually International Women's Day. It was. We had our first networking meeting, and I met you there. And we actually run a Mums in Business group together for the island. And Katrina also has her own business. It's called The Soothing Sanctuary, and she's an empowerment coach and Reiki and EFT specialist. So thank you for joining me this morning. Can you tell us then where you're from originally, how you got here, and how long you've lived on the island?
Sure. Well, I'm originally from Jersey, the original Jersey in the Channel Islands, not New Jersey. A lot of people get confused. And I came to Gran Canaria in 2002 the first time, and I went back home for 3 years, and then I came back in 2006, and I've been here ever since. I did a bit of a Shirley Valentine. I'm not going to lie. I came to the island for love.
Hey, a few people did, or many people did, yeah.
Love is a super powerful emotion, and I just think it's actually, my belief is that it's the engine to everything. So I don't feel any embarrassment about having done that. I'm actually quite proud of myself because I left an awful lot behind, and I just followed my instinct and said, nah, I'm going there.
Going well, and you don't look back.
Well, I've looked back, but
well, yeah.
I'm glad that I'm still here. Definitely.
Good. And how long ago was that, sorry?
That was in. I've been back now since 2006. So.
And you're here. You're staying.
I'm staying. I'm staying. I won't stay forever, but I'm staying for the time being.
Yeah. So whereabouts do you actually live on the island now? Where are you?
I'm in Arginigin.
Okay. Yeah. Do you enjoy living in Arginigin?
I do. I think Arginigin's got so much going for it because it's like a little holiday town, but it's also really residential at the same time. So it's got a really nice atmosphere.
Yeah. And you feel like you're living in it, but it's different kind of maybe living in a residential area to a tourist area. It's got different feels about it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So what was your first impression when you got here? I said mine was. What was yours?
Okay, this is probably going to sound really, really snooty. However, my first impressions weren't great. When I first moved here and we were looking for an apartment to move into, I'll be honest, I was very shocked by the condition of the apartments. I mean, like I said, I'm from Jersey, and so the standard of living is incredibly high. And so the comparison for me was a little bit of a little bit of a shock. And it took me a long time to get used to.
But that's the case with, like I say, with myself as well, as not everyone fell in love with the island straight away. So what was your first job when you got here? What did you do?
Well, I was quite lucky actually in comparison to a lot of people because, as I say, I did a Shirley Valentine, and so I moved here to be with my partner. We already had a child together, and so I literally just slotted into his life, and he already had a business, and so I worked in the office. I say worked because I didn't speak Spanish, and so literally they just needed someone to be able to have the door open to the shop. if somebody came in, I would just call him and he would speak to them on the phone, and I would just sit there reading magazines and eating chocolate.
Fantastic. But I remember when I first met you, you were working there, and but you were like the English, you obviously got English clients in there because you spoke English, and so
Yeah,
people would come to you knowing that you could speak their language. So you was obviously needed there as well. So what did it take you time to get used to? Everyone answers paperwork.
To be honest, no, the paperwork was not such a difficulty for me because I had people that helped me, and I think
Yeah.
that was it made such a difference, and that has influenced some of the decisions I've made going on from there.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was the culture. It took me a long time to adapt to the differences in the culture because I was fully immersed in Spanish life. I didn't really have many English friends at the beginning, and so that immersion in the different culture, the different expectations, and you know, the family structures and how it all works was, yeah, it was challenging.
It's kind of different for everyone, isn't it? Because some people do live in like a British environment or a Norwegian environment or a real Canarian environment. I've sort of fallen into a middle kind of category because Tony's Italian. We seem to have friends of all different nationalities, and we live in Los Caideros, so it's in the middle. It's not in a resort anywhere. So our neighbours, it depends who's actually there. You know, we're not quite immersed in the whole Canarian thing in Arguineguín.
Yeah.
But and what do you do for a living now? What is it you do?
Well,
tell us about the Soothing Sanctuary.
Yes, the Soothing Sanctuary is my baby. I consider it to be my soul's purpose. I've always loved helping people, and this is just the perfect way to help people. So there's the Reiki side of things, which selfishly, every time you give Reiki, you get Reiki. So that's always great. So I'm always feeling really zenned out, which is awesome. And then the EFT and coaching. So what I do with that is I help people bridge the gap between where they are and where they want to be. For me, from my perspective, that gap is bridged by doing the inner work. Unless you look inwards, that's really where all the answers are. Because when you're looking outwards for validation, for purpose, for all of those things, you're basically giving the keys to your kingdom to other people and other things. So if something happens to take that away, you're completely undone. So to be able to build that strength of character, and have all that resilience when something when the rug is pulled out from underneath you, that's really, really apparent. That is the inner work. So that's where I focus my energies with people.
And is it mostly with like British clients, or you have all different nationalities? You speak Spanish as well, so
yeah,
you're working with Spanish also, yeah?
Yeah, I do. More than anything with the Spanish, I do EFT workshops and sessions. And with the British, well, I've got international clients. So I've got coaching clients in the States. I've had coaching clients in Australia. I've got clients all around the world, but mainly it's here and in the UK.
Okay, and you can do your work online as well. That's right.
I work 95% online, which is great.
Okay, which is how so many people are just now. So when you're not working, where, which is a lot, you're working a lot. So where would be your favourite restaurant to go? Where can you recommend for people to go? Or your favourite bar, or both?
Okay, my favourite restaurant, I've actually got a couple of favourite places, and I don't really want to tell you. No, I want to keep it all for myself. Okay, I've got some favourite places, but they're a bit off the beaten track.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah, I tend to stay away a little bit from the touristic areas and where there's lots and lots of people. I'm quite because I deal with the public all the time through my work and such like, and I don't know, I'm quite a I've never been very comfortable in crowds. I'm quite an introverted person in that respect. So I tend to go a little bit off the beaten track, and the shabbier the restaurant, the better. So I could give you a whole list
usually the best one.
There's some amazing places. I don't know what it's called. There's a place in Montaña Blanca.
Oh, right, yeah.
Just past, you know where Montaña Blanca is, just before Pasito Blanco. You go up and there's a restaurant up there. It's a very shabby looking place. It's like a shed with a metal sheet.
Okay.
and the food is amazing. The food
is it
amazing.
like tapas? I've heard about this place.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And someone told me they do really good rabbit there. Not that I
haven't tried the rabbit. I've tried pretty much everything else because I'm celiac, so there's a lot of things that I can't eat. But there are a lot of these places off the beaten track that do have like specialized. They use gofio instead of flour, and so then I can eat more. So obviously, I like those places better.
That's interesting that you can eat gofio rather than flour. Maybe you were meant to be here then.
Yes, I'm not missing out on the
cuisine was for you. No. And where else? Is there anywhere else you want to share with us?
If I'm talking about favorite bars, I've got two. So one is in Arginigan. So if I'm out with the girls for a drink, because obviously we're quite restricted at the moment. So if I'm out with the girls for a drink, obviously my friend Vicky's got a bar, so that's our favorite haunt here, which is the Escondite in Arginigan. And if I'm out with my other half or on a little bit more of a rant, then I like to go to the Devil's Pub in Puerto Rico.
This is another one I need to try as well. The owner's Italian, is he not?
Yeah.
And I heard they made really good coffee in there. Good coffee and croissants on the morning. Is it?
Really, really nice coffee.
We'll have to take a visit. I'm not too sure if I might like the music or not, but
actually no. I think a lot of people get a bit of a misconception with heavy metal music, and they think that it's like really, really like all the time, and it's actually really not. It's not. It's just like Metallica, Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, that kind of stuff, and it's not like massive like head wreck. Nice.
I think it looks a good place to go as well, because it's kind of across the road from the shopping centre. You know, like it's on its own. It's like going to have its own little vibe. So no, it's one to try.
Absolutely.
And what are your definite must-sees on the island? Where?
Oh, there's so many.
You don't want to tell these either.
No, I think everybody should go off the beaten track, and it's something I always encourage people to do. I have to be honest.
Exactly.
I mean, I've been on the island for almost 15 years again now, and I've seen more of the island in the last 2 years than I did in the previous 13. Absolutely must-sees. There are so many. Roquenulo is an absolute must.
Yeah.
Like I said, we tend to go off the beaten track. We're lucky because my other half's got the van, and so we just go to like all different kinds of places. So there's a lot of them I don't know what they're called, but if you go like up north past Arucas, like towards Tinoca, and then you're coming off onto the back roads. I don't know what they're called, those areas, but there are some amazing little places to eat up there, and like the scenery is really like rugged and raw. And because it's raining a lot of the time, it's really great. It's like, it's really intense. It's really cool. It's really cool to see. And obviously the Fiesta de las Niñas, which is amazing.
Yeah. And now it's filled up again. It's have to go. Well, it's supposed to rain this weekend again, isn't it? So so it'll fill up a little bit more. So what do you love most about living here? If you could sum it up in word or two, what was that?
The thing I love most about living here is the freedom. You can make plans for like in 3 weeks' time, and you know that you can be outside. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You know, it's like
even when it rains, though.
This is it. Yeah. But like the probability of it raining and ruining your plans is like so slim, and if it does, it's really fun anyways.
You just get off with it anyway.
Yeah, you just do something different. Something different. It's not like, you know, when you're in the UK, you're like, oh, let's not make plans because let's wait and see what the weather's going to do. Just the freedom to be able to make plans in advance. Like, yeah, we'll give it a couple of weeks and we'll go in and we'll take that walk or whatever. And you can just plan to be outside any given time. So that freedom to be outside and the diversity. It's like, oh, do you fancy being in the countryside? Go for it. There's plenty of it. You fancy being in the mountains? Go for it. There's plenty. You fancy being in the woods? Go for it. There's plenty. And that is something that's amazing to see as well. And then if you obviously beach, any type of beach that you could possibly imagine, we've got them. And I just love that about the island. It's just so diverse.
Yeah. Absolutely. You can literally choose what day you want to have, can't you? Depending on your mood. And with all this COVID situation, it's been going on for almost a year now. But it's obviously changed a lot of people's lives and the jobs and things. What do you have planned for the future?
I've got a lot.
Is that a big question?
Yeah, you threw me off guard with that one. Well, really, COVID's done me an awful lot of favors because it's forced me to really just stop and take stock, because I was feeling quite burned out before, and there were a lot of elements in the way that I was running my life and my business that weren't serving me properly, and they weren't serving my clients properly. So it's really forced me to take stock and say, right, okay, what actually do I want to do? Because obviously during lockdown, you had two choices. You could do something constructive, like evaluate, study, refocus, or watch Netflix. And I'm not a massive fan of watching the telly. I just think it's so mind-numbingly boring. I'm one of those people that just needs to be focused on something. I need to have goals or something to work towards all the time. So it was really, really beneficial to me. So my plans for the future, based on the foundations that I've laid during this COVID time, is to continue to evolve the Soothing Sanctuary. There'll be a line of branded products. I currently promote other people's products at the moment, as a wholesaler, is the right word. But I will eventually have my own line of those products, and we'll add complements onto the products that I'm able to offer people. And I'll be writing another book. There's a series in the works which is about manifestation and such like, so, which is very exciting. And I'm also training to be an English teacher, because obviously I have another business as well, which is my left brain business, which I do love, which was my consulting and translation company. And so having to diversify a little bit during COVID. So I've taken that down the teaching avenue as well.
Fantastic. Lots to come then, lots of exciting stuff to come. And in the actual blog, we will post the links to where we can find you, because you've got an amazing group, that's the Soothing Sanctuary, where you share all your stuff. You've got a great group in there, but we'll share that in the actual blog that goes on the website. So thank you very much for your time this morning, and it's lovely to chat with you. Thank you for sharing some insider knowledge with us, and have yourself a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.